I recently spent a weekend in Wales, visiting a series of jaw-dropping locations and taking on fun activities. While there, I attended a parkrun that has a reputation for being a very fast course, perhaps even the fastest in the country.
Hello. Harry here, from the running-themed podcast and YouTube channel Jog On. Having previously been sent by Visit Wales to the northwest part of the country to check out spectacular places such as Anglesey, they got back in touch to ask whether I'd be willing to come back to the country to check out a slightly different area, the southwest, namely Mumbles, Gower and Swansea.
My journey began in the centre of Swansea, where I'd learnt of a market that's well worth a visit.
Behind me is Swansea Indoor Market. In fact, Wales's largest indoor market. And I'm here on St David's Day, so let's go have a look inside.
The current building for Swansea Indoor Market was opened in 1961 and offers a wide variety of goods to this day. However, my focus was on sampling a Welsh cake, freshly baked by one of the market bakeries, Davies of Mumbles.
Thank you very much. See you again.
Warm with a soft bite. It was amazing. As evening approached, I went to check into the hotel, Oyster House, located in Mumbles. I had been given a room that provided a dramatic view out over Swansea Bay. The evening meal was at Croeser Lounge, virtually next door to the hotel, Croeser being the Welsh word for welcome. The food was excellent. But I'd need to get some rest because the next day was the parkrun that might just be the fastest in Wales. Before starting, I wanted to ask run director Vicky a few questions about this 5K.
Swansea Bay Parkrun, when did it begin? How long has it been going?
It started in October 2015.
It's getting quite busy. How many people are you getting each week?
We average between about 500 and 600 people. We did hit a couple of 600s last year when we had a couple of takeovers.
Parkruns, as we've seen, are really starting to blow up in a big way.
Absolutely, and it's not just about the running or the fitness. Our Facebook messenger group is Swansea Bay Parkrun Nutters, and that pretty much sums us up. It's just a big family. It's my parkrun family.
That's superb. The course itself looks quite flat. Is it quite a quick course?
Yes, it is quite quick. It's an out and back course. It's really good for times, yeah.
Vicky, I'm really looking forward to taking on this course. Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
As I began to warm up, the morning was looking crisp.
As you can see behind me in the actual bay itself, we've really landed on our feet again with the weather conditions. It's absolutely glorious.
Meeting Jog On subscribers, we took a photo and jogged towards the start. Speaking with more people down there, Vicky made an unexpected announcement.
We have actually got a visitor with us today, Harry from Jog On. So if you see a camera, smile. You know, like you do when you do races, you can die.
The mass of participants began to gather on the line. One man was slightly late and helped down the bank by a marshal. And with that, the countdown began.
3, 2, 1, run!
We were off, and I was about to test this 5K course for myself.
Swansea Bay Parkrun, here we go.
Soon we'd thinned out a little more, but my main thought was how cold my hands were.
First kilometre, 3:51. Cheers, Marshall. It's definitely very, very flat.
Shoes tapped beneath, and the sun reflected off of the southwest Welsh waters.
Second kilometre was a 3:53. 2 seconds slower, but feeling all right. Coming up to that all-important turnaround. Thanks, Marshall. Down over the bridge. Beautiful views out over Swansea Bay on a parkrun course. Cheers, Marshall. Okay. I'm really starting to bounce along the smooth tarmac now. Whoop.
No sooner had I said smooth than the course passed through a section of mud.
Slightly sharper on that third K. There was a 3:48 there. Parkrunners coming up on the other side. Let's go. All right. Thank you. The first beads of sweat just started to form on the forehead. I'm here live with Sam. We've just shot through 4K, 3:54 on that one. Eased off slightly on the pace, probably because we were chatting. But as Sam said, it is a quick course. Very quick course, yeah.
With Sam in agreement about the rapidity of this course, first place came in and I did a time check.
18:28 on the clock. We have just 300 metres left. Beautiful course.
Sam and I cruised our way into the finishing funnel, and the extremely friendly marshals congratulated those coming in.
Quick course. New personal best. 19:21 for the 5K. Not only brilliant weather, but also a very flat course. Really enjoyed it. Had a chat to a couple of people on the way around. Never has 1921 felt so smooth, and I think that's in big part down to that course being some smooth tarmac, bit of sand, but wasn't too slippy underfoot under these shoes, so it felt pretty good. And yeah, Swansea Bay Parkrun, I'd really recommend it. Fantastic community event and a great run.
Watching a few more parkrunners arrive at the finish, it was off for a post 5K coffee at a special spot.
Behind me is what's known as the Observatory. Now a cafe, it was originally designed in 1989, and it used to lay claim to housing Wales's largest optical astronomical astronomical telescope. Having finished the park run, it's a great place to go get a cappuccino.
Following the warmth of a cappuccino, I headed back into town to sample something colder.
I'm standing outside of Joe's Ice Cream Parlour. Their very first recipe was created in 1922. Let's go taste some ice cream. I went for the vanilla with a flake. It's been absolutely coated in sprinkles.
From sprinkles to shops, I was reminded of Hallenmond Salt, a place I'd visited in the first video I made with Visit Wales. Heading through Mumbles Town, I was on my way to check out an historical ruins that are visible high up on a mound of green.
Yet another fantastic example of history on display in the Mumbles. This is Oyster Mouth Castle, with superb views out over Swansea Bay. Most of what you can see here was built in the late 1200s.
After their delightful Welsh cake, I ate at the Davies of Mumbles Town Bakery before going into Swansea city centre to see a couple of museums. Firstly, an exhibition of the well-known poet and author Dylan Thomas, before a short walk over to the National Waterfront Museum, a huge building with all manner of Welsh history on display. Both places, as is the case with an amazing 65 museums and attractions across Wales, are free to visit. Leaving the museum, I was able to catch some of the St David's Day weekend celebrations, including a fair share of dragons, from moving ones to iconography to this.
We had to pull over just to check this out, a knitted Welsh dragon. All around Wales we're finding constant reminders like this of the country that we're in. There's clearly a pride here and you can feel it.
Now moving away from Swansea and travelling down towards our next accommodation, the King Arthur Hotel, I couldn't not stop and show you this. This is the Gower Peninsula. It was the UK's first officially labelled Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty back in 1956. And this wild moorland really is testament to what is a beautiful landscape.
Losing the light, I arrived at the King Arthur Hotel and headed for my room, which was well presented, clean and welcoming.
An evening meal here by the fire at the King Arthur. This is excellent.
Day 3 of my weekend visit began with a stop at Webley Castle. With blue skies overhead, I entered this majestic ruins.
For any history buffs that find themselves on the Gower Peninsula, they might be interested in stopping here. The building we're currently in is known as Webley Castle. It is in fact recognised as a fortified manor house from the 14th century. Nestled in Gower, one of the most remarkable elements of Webley Castle has to be where it's situated. High up on a mound, looking out over the marshes, this really is a castle with an amazing view.
Exiting Mumbles, I encountered some remarkably undulating lanes flanked by leafy banks. My winding drive ended in the village of Southgate, located in the southern end of Gower. I was here for one final activity.
We're going to check out an area known as Three Cliffs Bay, a spectacular scenic place where you can go for some really lovely walks. But being a runner, I'm going to run it.
And after a warm-up, I was ready to explore.
Three Cliffs Bay run, beautiful weather. Here we go. As we make our way towards Three Cliffs Bay, we have to admire this wonderful scenery. The wind's really whipping up here over the cliffs. Every time I come here, I get blue skies, like the last time near Anglesey. It is a remarkable part of the country. Let's carry on.
Soft padded grass across the cliff tops was soon swapped for sand and dunes. In front of me lay a myriad of twisting sandy paths and a small beach known as Pobbles Bay.
Look at that, straight down to the beach and the sea. Walking or running, some of these sand dunes are tough, but well worth it for the view.
Looping around, I had to check out one last castle.
Fantastic ruins.
This incredible structure is what remains of Pennard Castle, a fortification built at the start of the 12th century, but abandoned a few hundred years later due to encroaching sand dunes.
I've got sand going in my shoes here.
I took one of these routes down to get to the infamous Three Cliffs Bay. A handy chain of stepping stones took me across the river, and I arrived. Perhaps the footage does it some justice, perhaps it doesn't. This was my favourite moment of the trip.
We've reached it, the beach at the iconic Three Cliffs Bay. What a place to run.
On a day like this, Three Cliffs Bay is nature showing off. Back at the car park in Southgate, I had enough time for an ice cream and even found some aptly named coffee to take back.
I've really enjoyed my time here in southwest Wales with Visit Wales. Hopefully watching this video has given you some ideas for what you can do in a weekend in Gower, Mumbles and also Swansea itself. I'm Harry Morgan and thank you for watching.